Hello, long time no uploading a video. So today is just a very brief share about how I make the journal cover like this. So no technical details, just how I'm thinking of making it. So I made this figure use two software. One is Cinema 4D and another one is Adobe Photoshop. So first, I made these basic 3D structures and these ions in Cinema 4D, and then I composite them with many water elements in Photoshop to show that these nanofilms swell in this alkaline condition, but shrinking in this acidic condition. Then is how to create this fiber-like structure. So I basically use the sweep function in Cinema 4D. So first create a circle and create many um, here many splines, and then I want to make it more chaos. So I add a displacer here and just simply sweep it and dye it with a green material. So for another color is similar things. I just copy everything, but I could change the parameter of the, I think, yeah, of the displacer, yeah, of the noise shader here of the displacer, so I can create different shape. Even most of the parameters are the same here. To increase the height, I just simply clone them. So, oops. Okay, here. And I could adjust the parameter of the Y distance. So yeah, just choose a position you feel good with it. And that's it for this part. So similar for this front part. I also create these splines. Okay, but I make it much more dense than the previous one and almost same structure, same way, almost the same method, but I just change the parameter. Yeah, a bit slow, but here are two different colors as you can see. Yeah, just stack them. Okay, after creating this, next is the spheres hanging around this main subject. This can be very easy, just to create a sphere and then clone it. Just to create a sphere and let's hang there and clone it. In fact, I add a random effector here. Otherwise, it's gonna be too organized. The material you cannot see it here before rendering, but it looks like this. And I adjust the position a little bit. Use the plane effector together with the linear field to restrain the position where the spheres can be shown. And also same thing for another one. I will just simply show it. Yeah. Oh, here you can see the color, but anyway. So in the end, just find a good camera angle. I try with different kinds of focal length but in the end, I found this 35 millimeter is the best. Well, since I need to put everything in Photoshop and mask the unnecessary parts, so here in Cinema 4D, when I do the rendering, I just show different elements that are created. So in that case, I can save a lot of efforts in creating the mask. So here I've got the substrates with these blue spheres, front part with this red one, different distribution, and I also tried it with different thickness. So yeah, all the raw pictures I got from the Cinema 4D, and the next step I'm gonna put all of them in Photoshop and add many details. So I think here's the picture I start with. So first I will add some background. So not only the background, I will blur it a little bit. And the same for this. This is before blur and after blur. I just don't want the background to attract people's attention so much. And since it's in the water, so I add some water bubbles. And then I adjust the color a little bit. And then is for this like add the element to the main parts. So first is the red spheres. And I think the color is too pale, so I change the color and partially adjusted the brightness here. Yeah, I lower the brightness a little bit, and then I increase the contrast, I think, here. And then is another part, so some blue spheres, and similarly, I need to highlight the color. And then is the overall part. It is obviously too pale compared to the front part. So I adjusted the color a little bit by many different adjustments. Yeah. And then because I wanna show there is an edge between this shrinking part and this swelling part. So I think a gradient filling would be a good way. So I add one layer in the background, and I think the background here is a little bit too bright. Like I said, I want to emphasize this main subject, not the background. So by adjusting the color and the exposures. Okay, so far I think I'm good with the color and the contrast, but it's not give the feeling of in the water. So I download many water pictures, the bubbles. So first I add a S-curve water bubbles here. So this kind of like separates the nanofilms into two different parts, the blue part and the red part and this blue part. And another S-curve bubbles. And here's some bubbles on the top, so I want to have the feeling that the bubbles are lifting from the bottom to the top. So here's some details at the bottom. And this one really adds some texture to this image, so I really like it. And here I think I changed the blend mode to from normal to overlay. So here's normal, here's overlay, and more bubbles on the top. Yeah. So I think after this, yeah, everything got done. So this is how I finish a cover, use Cinema 4D and Photoshop. I hope you have some ideas with it. For me, I think the work in Photoshop is more important than in Cinema 4D because the details, the many different bubbles really affect people's first eye when they look at it. So I hope you liked it.